What is up, Minties? The Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition. And today I'm going to do an overview of the Harley Quinn Omnibus Volume 3 by Amanda Conner and Jimmy Palmiotti. So please stay tuned. Okay, so let's look at Volume 3. As you can tell, it's a little bit different than the other two books, as it's pink instead of yellow. Each one's a little bit different. Here's what they look like with the spines all aligned. These two volumes right here focus on her New 52 run, while this volume is strictly a Rebirth run. And that is okay until you find out what the contents are. So let's talk about the contents of the book while we take these, put them to the side. So this has been previously released in trade paperbacks and in these three beautiful hardcovers, right? Now, one of the things in the solicitations that they advertised Volume 3 to have was issues 1 through 42, issue 50, and the summer special. That's what Volume 3 of the Omnibus was originally supposed to have. But as you can probably tell, there's no way that this many pages fits in here. As a matter of fact, there's about 1,100 pages in between these three volumes, and this Volume 3 only has 800 pages. So what was left out? Let's talk about that. Before we talk about that, though, let's take a closer look at the design of the book and what it looks like without the dust jacket. So it looks very similar to the designs of Volumes 1 and 2, the Omnibus. There's the logo, and then there's the spine. Alright, let's get this opened. There's that image. I believe that's from issue 34, if I'm not mistaken, by Amanda Conner and Jimmy Palmiotti. And here is the cover of the Rebirth number 1 with this gorgeous artwork. Most of the issues are drawn by John Timms, Chad Hardin, and Brett Blevins. Brett Blevins doing a lot of the layout work. But this is all the Rebirth stuff. Now, at first, I thought it was going to collect up to issue 42. As a matter of fact, if you look very closely at the contents of the book, it says originally published in single magazine form in Harley Quinn 1 through 42, issue 50, and Harley Quinn 25th Anniversary Special number 1. However, that's a little contradictory to what the back of the book says. It says it collects issues 1 through 34 and Harley Quinn 25th Anniversary Special. So omitting issues 35 through 42 and issue 50. And yeah, that's exactly what happens. Whereas this Volume 3 of the deluxe hardcover collects issues 28 through 42. It's not that it's a terrible thing, because you get every bit of Amanda Conner and Jimmy Palmiotti within these pages. The pages, like, for example, issues 35 through 42 were all written by Frank Thierry. So you're not missing out on that, but it does leave out issues 42, like that's the Old Lady Harley storyline, and a little bit of the stuff that Amanda Conner did within the pages of Harley Quinn number 50. The covers are all collected, though, the ones that she worked on. But, I don't know. It's just me being a completist, or me just wanting to get rid of my deluxe hardcovers, Volume 3. Am I the only idiot that made that mistake, by the way? I bought this thinking that it was going to replace those 3 hardcovers. I mean, surely I can't be the only one. Maybe I'm the only one that owns up to it. But, as far as the story, what you can expect is very similar to what Volumes 1 and 2 had. Just goofy hijinks with some pretty strong characterization for her and her supporting cast that she builds. I know she's been compared to the DC version of Deadpool before, so I'm not going to bore you with those amount of details. But it is a pretty funny book, and she does break the fourth wall. She's not the only character that breaks the fourth wall. For the most part, this particular volume, it's her and Poison Ivy. They're together. Catwoman makes several appearances. And I'm a big fan of this artwork, by the way. It's a very anime-ish style to it. You get a lot of cameos by some of DC's Batman's villains. And you get a lot of homages to characters like Deathstroke, or Deadpool, I guess. Because they both admit the fact they both break the fourth wall. Joker does make an appearance, which I won't really go into detail because it's not a review about the book. I guess most of this was mainly me griping about how I thought this was going to collect issues 1 through 42. Now let's look at the back. Let's look at the extras. Alright, so here are the variant covers. And oh my gosh, we almost got about... That's an awesome cover. That's a Mike Aldred cover. We almost got about 100 pages worth of extras. And it's mainly all variants, just about. Anywhere from Jim Lee to the variants by Will Portacio. Variants by Adam Hughes. And let's look a little more through here. Doug Mankey. And then, of course, she herself, Amanda Connor, draws some of the variants later on when she's no longer on the book. That's the Michael Turner variant. That, man, that image has been around forever, but DC seems to recolor it and use it as a variant cover. There's Jim Lee. Here's all the variants by Bill Sienkiewicz, which they're pretty freaking awesome. Don't see any of the Frank Cho stuff, but I think Frank Cho... I was going to say, Frank Cho came on around issue 10 or so. Man, I love these Frank Cho covers. Damn. Yeah, I mean, these speak for themselves. They're very nice. What else can you say about Frank Cho? He knows his target audience. You know who's looking at these books and who wants to buy them. And here are... Okay, so let's see here. Here's where we begin the Amanda Connors covers, because issues 35, like I said, through 42 are not included in the book, but the actual covers are. And there's the old lady Harley cover. And then the issue 50 main cover. And then the little blurbs as to where you can find all these people that put the books together. And that's it. Let's look at the build of the book, though. As you could probably tell, it's not as tight as some of the other DC omnibuses, but it's also not as big. This is only, like I've said, 800 pages. So you still need to push down a little bit when you get towards the back here. You could probably see that I was doing that. But, I mean, for the most part, it holds really nice. Just like the previous 2 volumes of the Harley Quinn Omnis. And that was the contents of the book. Let me know in the comments down below if I was the only fool that bought this Harley Quinn Omnibus Volume 3 and had the oversized Rebirth Deluxe hardcovers. Or if you're a completist and you wanted to get all 3 volumes, or if you didn't even know what the volume contents were. I'd love to know those comments, so leave them down below. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button, the bell for notifications so you know when our videos are up. Check us out on our live videos every week on Old Reader, New Reader. That's Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the next one, I believe The Walking Dead, will be when we are giving away a $50 gift card to cheapgraphicnovels.com. So try to watch that live if you can. Again, this was the Uncanny Omar. Thank you for watching. And remember, if it's classy and cool, it must be near mint.